Welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Paula. You can find me on Instagram or the 502 Stitcher. Today is Sunday, November 9th, 2025, and this is Flosstube number 52. If you're new here, I hope you like what you'll see, subscribe, and stay around. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you being here and watching my videos. It has been a long time since I've been here, a little bit longer than I planned on, but life has been life, and we've just been really busy. But I have lots to show you. Being away for almost a month, I've got quite a bit of finishes to show you because I've been working on my dough bow. I had last time showed you my dough bow that I had made for the fall season, and because there was Halloween stitches in it, I wanted to go ahead and do some for Thanksgiving. So I've been working, I'm a slow stitcher, but I've been trying, as hard in between anything else to get some done. So I've gotten quite a few of those done, and I still have two I want to do. And then I want to go right into Christmas stitching. I am ready for Christmas stitching, something happy to bring, joy into everything. So before we jump into all that, I'll go ahead and give you a little life update, what I've been going on. Since I've been here, we've had Halloween. The kids had a great time. My oldest, he decided to stay home this year. He just thought he was too big to even go, with us. So he stayed home and played Xbox with his friends, and my husband and I and the girls went out and did trick-or-treating. My youngest is in her power wheelchair, so we put lights around it, so I'm hoping we didn't have a repeat what we did 2 years ago where somebody fell over her, but it did really good. Everybody, nobody fell over her, so that was great. But she enjoyed having those purple lights wrapped all around her wheelchair, and so many people came up to her and told her that her chair was amazing, so she just loved that. I guess I should tell you what they were. My youngest, she decided she wanted to be warm and cozy, so we went to Amazon, and she wanted one of the onesie pajama things, and she picked out a flying squirrel. So she loved that. She was warm, enjoyed, because it actually was cold around here that night. You never know how it's going to be. And then my middle kiddo, she decided she wanted to be something she called something bloody. She has embraced the horror of Halloween. We went and found her a dress that was on clearance. It was actually cheaper than a costume, and she just wore this lacy dress, and then she put blood everywhere and did white makeup on her face, and looked like the undead, bloody undead. So she loved it. But they had a good time. Also, it was birthday week in our house. My husband's birthday is October 30th. My dad's is the 31st. And my son's is November 2nd. And he turned 16, which just absolutely makes me sick. He was just born yesterday. I don't know how 16 years have passed. But he's in 10th grade and, doing good. And actually talking about getting a job at the Kroger just open across the street. And it's just like, no, you're too little to be doing that. But, yeah, so we had a good time. We had family come over. We had also went to Buc-ee's the week before. Since I've been here, we went to Buc-ee's. And I was trying to talk my youngest, whose birthday is in December, to have a Buc-ee's party, and she kept telling me no. And my son's like, let's do it. So I got just a few supplies here and there from the Buc-ee's, which were honestly really, you think, it could be really expensive, but everything was under $6-7 a piece. The plates were only $2.99, so I thought it was a good price. So we went ahead and did a Buc-ee's party for him. So I'll try to insert some pictures, maybe before, after, whatever, of the blue Norch I did. I was so proud of the blue Norch. But Also, we've been medically fun around here. My husband ended up in the ER twice, and we still really didn't get any answers. We do know that like everything's come back good for his heart, so they did multiple EKGs, CAT scans, all those other kind of stuff. So I know it's gonna be a huge bill, but like I said, we didn't really get any answers. So hopefully we can find out in the next couple weeks coming up, finding out what's going on. He has an appointment with one of the doctors in December, so I'm hoping maybe we can get some more answers for that, but this is an ongoing issue for him, unfortunately. And my youngest, she goes to Cincinnati Children's, which is 2 hours away, and we've had multiple appointments up there, so lots of driving, but everything's been going good. Her neuromuscular team was really happy with her, so I'm really happy with that. So we've just been really busy around here, and it's been hard to find a time to sit down and film. So I apologize that I've been gone for so long. And that was a big, long spill. But we've been good other than that. Before we'll go ahead and jump in here with everything, I'll tell you about a stitch along I'm doing. And I'm doing that with Alana at Mrs. Smith Stitches, Danielle at Levin Stitches, Michelle at the Red Dirt Stitcher, and Lisa at Red Poppy Crafts. And we are doing Peace and Goodwill by Brenda Gervais with that needle and thread. Sorry, that's kind of blinking with the light. Glaring, that's what I'm trying to think. I am doing this, before we go in there, we started this on November 1st. I actually started my November 2nd because we had my son's party on the 1st, and it was too busy. But honestly, don't have a lot done because I've been trying to concentrate on my Thanksgiving bowl. This is what I have. It's not a lot. I'm trying to make sure you can see what I can see. I did change all the colors because I'm doing DMC. All of these are more like the dyed threads. I think there is, I can't see on the back of it. There's Week Dye Works, Classic Color Works, and Gentle Arts. And honestly, I just haven't had time to run to my LNS or, really order all those threads. So I decided I'm just going to pull DMC threads. So I'm kind of pulling colors like it, but DMC equivalent. When I get done, if anybody wants them, I can give you what DMCs I am working on. But I am doing this on just a 16 count, or 18 count actually, country, if I can talk, vintage country mocha, if I could talk, I'm so sorry. But like, so I'm doing this at 18 count, so I decided to, because of course this one is done on a 36 count, so that's why I did 18 count, so it'd be relatively the same, or it would be the same size, but like I said, I just have a little bit of a start, so here is that. I'm hoping in the next couple weeks to dedicate more time to this. I don't think we really have a time for this to be completed. It's just kind of working on it kind of thing. Start November 1st, and I might be wrong on that, so I'm sorry if I am. But like I said, here's what we got going for that. And on my last Flosstube, I had asked if anybody was wanting to join us. So I did have a couple people comment that they were going to join us, and they have Flosstube. So if you want to check them out, I'm going to make them my Flosstube recommendations for this video. Because normally I do them at the end, but I decided to go ahead and do them now. So the first one is Jessica. She's at LumiStitch, so she said she's going to join in with us. And then Wilma at Wilma's Cross Stitch. They both, like I said, they have Flosstubes. I watched both of their latest episodes, really enjoyed watching them. So go over there and check out both of those ladies' Flosstubes, and I know you'll enjoy them. So that was with the stitch along. Sorry, I'm all discombobulated. I have a couple fully finishes to show you. These are the Stitching Housewives roundabouts, and I had done these, I want to say a couple of years ago. I did the berry ones, and I had put them on the other side of my pantry. Maybe I can try to insert a picture of what that I'm talking about, so you know what I'm talking about. And then I had glued them to the paddleboard, but I had another set. These came from the Target dollar spot, I don't even know how many years ago. But I had decided I wanted a set that I could swap in and out for different holidays instead of just having the berries 24/7. And honestly, I only had another set, so I didn't want to only glue one. So I did magnets. So here is this one. So I apologize, there is hair or cat hair all over this. I think I sat it over here waiting to, fill this out. I think one of the cats laid on it. This is Squirely Girl. And she is done on 14 count black Ada. This is by Stitching with the Housewives, if I didn't say that. And Call for Colors, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure. And all I did, like I said, I put a magnet on here so I could change that out. And I also put a magnet on the bow so I could change the bow out. So like I said, here's the first one. And then the second one is called Fall Wagon by Stitching with the Housewives. Now, I think on this one I did change them the colors. I did them to match the Squirely girl because they released at different times. But I thought they went well together. And then the next two are ones I put on there just swap out for Halloween. So let me take these off and put these on. These are also by Stitching with the Housewives. These are done on fabric on a 14 count Ada that I hand dyed. I had dyed it originally like a yellow color and then didn't use it for what I thought about. So then I'd put orange on it. Let me try to fix the bow so you can see what I'm doing here. This one is called Home Sweet Haunted Home. So it's kind of in there, it kind of looks like more yellowy, but in person it does have a nice orange cast to it. And honestly, I don't remember if it is Call for Colors, because I stitched these like last year. And then this is October 31st. And there's those. And then I have one more fully finished. This is Hocus Pocus by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And this is I think that's called the 13 Spooky Smalls. And I put this in the tart pan that they're selling. And I tried to glue these, but it keeps coming apart. So I'm thinking maybe trying, because here's my hot glue ring, maybe trying E6000. I don't know if anybody knows for sure what to do. But so I'm sitting this in here. Sorry, I'm going to drink real quick. This is on 28 count coffee tea dye Monaco. It is not the Call for Colors. If you go back to I think it was last year or the year before, you can see when I was working on the 13 Spooky Smalls that I did a color conversion, my own color conversion. I was actually really proud of that. I thought that everything turned out really good. So if you go back, I don't even know honestly what video it was. If you go back then, you can see what colors I used. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it, but like it's gonna fall out of the tart tin. And then also I forgot to show you, I did change back here behind me. This is Thankful by Stitching with the Housewives. It is a free pattern on Priscilla's blog. And then this one is Gobble Gobble. This is one of the very first ones I cross stitched, and I was scared to do black, so I did it on kind of think it's called oatmeal. And so I did change some of the colors on that. Sorry about that. I started coughing and I didn't want to make you listen to that. So I'll go ahead and jump in here since we saw my fully finishes and show you my finishes that I have gotten done. This very first one, this was one I'm so proud of. This is my unicorn chart. It is called Evening Shades of the Garden, and it is by Blackbird Design. This is done on 16 count Legacy by Picture This Plus, and it is the Call for Colors, but I did make some changes. The flowers were at pink, and I changed them to purple because purple is my favorite color. I'm so happy to have this one done. This was, like I said, my unicorn chart. Sometimes the charts I saw going for $89 to $90, but I found it at one place on Etsy for $20, so I just snatched it up. I thought for that price I can't, pass up. I still know $20 is quite a bit of money for a chart, but and it originally was probably like $8, $9, but I just really wanted to get this one done, so I really enjoyed it. And I'm a big memory person, so I have lots of memories associated with this one. We've had 2 stays at the Ronald McDonald house. We've had, just watching the kids watching TV, pizza nights, all that kind of stuff. So I just like having the memories in this. So honestly, I just didn't rush to get this one done and just enjoyed it. So I'm just really happy to have it done. I do plan to get it framed. I'd originally planned to take it somewhere and get it framed, but with just everything going on in the world right now, I cannot justify spending that much money on getting something professionally framed. So I'm thinking about I've seen quite a bit of people talk about art. I think it's called Arts to Frame. I think that's what it's called. Might be wrong on that. Sorry if I am. But you can order like custom size framing for a reasonable price, and they ship it to you. So I'm thinking about doing that. Also, there is a couple floss tubes that one have recently got done with it, and one that's currently working on it. May have to pause. Let's see. Okay, Caroline's vent was beeping, so her ventilator is beeping. And basically, if she like kind of holds her breath for a second, it will beep. But if she continues, then it will beep. It's already stopped, so I'm gonna leave her alone. She's still asleep upstairs. So sorry for that. But Black Coffee and Grit, she recently completed it and has got it framed and it is looking amazing. And then Megan at the Seattle Stitcher, she is currently working on it, and it's been really fun to watch her stitch on it too, because seeing people work on things that you're working on, you're like, oh yeah. So go over and check out both of theirs to see that what they're working on with that one. The next one I have completed is one that I had originally done this for my mom, so I'm going to try to maybe insert a picture of what I did for her. I'm planning to finish this exactly the same way. This is Silent Night by Stitching with the Housewives. It is only the top half of the chart, so the bottom half has like Santa going over, I think, a farm, and I just did the top half. It is done on black 14 count Aida. The call for colors, but I did change the color of the church doors. I think they were blue and I changed it to red. But I'm really happy with how this one turned out, other than I screwed up when I first did this one. And the stitches are literally on the edge. So this is going to be a tight finish. Hopefully I won't have too much trouble getting that done. But I'm happy to have it done and hopefully get this fully completed before Christmas. Next was when I started for my, I don't know how you are with the Hallmark Christmas movies. I love them, and I really enjoy watching them. And for the October, I think it was October 17th, they had started Christmas movies. So I decided to do a cross stitch finish just for one of those, and I did Sip and Stitch Repeat by Primrose Cottage Stitches. So put that in here, maybe. Sorry, let me dig it out. I must have cut it off. Oh yeah, because I was wanting to start the next one. And I think this came from a Sip and Stitch box last year, if I remember correctly. This is, like I said, Sip and Stitch Repeat. It is on 28 count Monaco, coffee tea dye Monaco, in the call for colors. Got thread all over it. Excuse me, I'm all discombobulated today. So I plan to get this one finished into a pillow for my Dobo for Christmas. And then also in here was one that I had did last year, and it is Warm Winter Wishes. It came from the same Sip and Stitch box. It would have been Call for Colors and 28 count coffee tea dye Monaco. Actually, yeah. You know what? I almost think this is light taupe. Scratch all that. I think this is light taupe because the coffee tea dye Monaco is hard and crunchy and this is soft. So I'm going to say this is 28 count light taupe. That's really what I want to say it is. There was one more in the series which I do have, which is Christmas Trees and Stitching Please. And Loftly Goes. I want to have that one done this year too. So I was going through a bunch of my cross stitch patterns for Christmas and trying to pick out a few things here and there that I want to work on, and I'm getting all excited, and I had that in my stack to get done. Let me set that one aside. Sorry. Now the next couple ones are ones that I worked on for my Dobo. This very first one is from Pinker and Pumpkin. And it is a free pattern. If you go over to her blog, she has multiple patterns that she does. This one's actually a bigger pattern. It had a turkey on the side of it. I just took the side off. I was going to do the turkey, but I'm honestly just running out of time and to do the couple ones that I want to do. So here is Gobble Gobble. I'm going to try to do this because the ones coming up I accidentally cut too short. So So like I said, this is Gobble Gobble. It is done on Coffee Tea Dye. No, ignore me. It's on Vintage Country Mocha, 16 count. And then I just did it. I picked up a brown that I had and did it like that. So, and I plan to turn that into a pillow. This next one is Autumn You by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I did have to change the color of the sheep, but the rest of it is call for colors. I had did this on just a fabric I found. I'm not really for sure what the color is, but it is a 14 count Ada. And the sheep originally were like, I think it was like Ukru, and they just didn't show up. So I decided to do a gray, because there's gray sheep. I Googled different colors of sheep, and I found some gray ones. So I decided to do gray. And I'm sorry, there's like threads everywhere. Just ignore that. Sorry, I'm trying to peek around and make sure you can see. This one had a floss pack that came with it, so I did order that. So they are all the call for colors for the pattern. So there's that. Now this next one, I do want to talk about this one. Like I said, I'm a big memory person, and I want to tell you about this. If you are the praying type, if you or just send good vibes, we had a horrible plane crash here in Louisville on Tuesday night. A UPS plane crashed just off takeoff here at the airport, just outside the airport rather, and unfortunately 14 people did lose their lives, including the 3 pilots. So multiple people on the ground did die, and it's been a horrible thing. Originally they had a 5-mile radius for shelter in place because it burst into flames. It unfortunately hit a oil refinery or oil recycling place, and it just was a lot of fuel because the plane was completely full of fuel. I think they said it had 35,000 gallons of jet fuel on it because they were going from Louisville, Kentucky to Hawaii. So unfortunately, it was just a horrible, horrible thing. And this is the piece I was working on when I found out about it, and worked on it the next day or so. And so this pillow will just have a lot of memories associated with it. So if you can just keep our community in your thoughts and prayers, because it's still very raw for everybody, and they're trying to identify the victims. And last night they said they think they found everybody that is missing, so at least that brings some closure to some of the families. People are still healing the ones that were injured, and I think there is still one person in the hospital, sorry, my phone, and one person in the hospital in critical condition that is kind of iffy if they're going to survive or not. So if you could just send them lots of love, because everybody is really hurting from that. But this is Give Thanks by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and just be thankful for what you have. All of these next couple ones are on 16 count. It's called Wagon. I think by Picture This Plus, and these are mainly done in the colors of the Sip and Stitch box that did just come out. But some on this one I did pull out a couple of different colors that were called for, but the main colors are from the Sip and Stitch box. But so here is that. We are about, I think when I Googled it, we're like 8 miles from the airport, so we're relatively close. We could see the smoke and smell the smoke in the air here, but, it was, nothing like the people that were closer to it. So if you can just keep them all in your thoughts and prayers. The next one is the Sip and Stitch box small. I don't think it really has a name, but it is the colors that came in the Sip and Stitch box. So there is that one. It's on the 16 count Wagon. The call for colors, like I said, from the Sip and Stitch box. And I'm sorry, these are all not ironed. I should have ironed them, and I didn't. This next one is Happy Harvest. It is one that came from the Sip and Stitch box. 16 count Wagon, call for colors. This next one is Fall in the Air. This is by Stitching with Housewives, and this is the one of the ones I cut way too short. I don't know what I was thinking. I'd originally completed all of these while, they were still attached and just, moved over, but I cut this one way too short. So this is the main reason I needed to do the piece of cardboard. But it's Fall in the Air by Stitching with Housewives. Like I said, 16 count Oaken. It is the colors of the Sip and Stitch box. I did add the red that was called for in there because there wasn't a red in the Sip and Stitch box. So I got that one done. And the last one is Thankful. This one is on a black 16 count Ada. I did this one on 14 count, and I thought that would be really cute to go in my Dobo. So here's that. This is the call for colors, or not the colors. Ignore me. Not the call for colors. These are colors that came from that Sip and Stitch box. I did have to add the white because there was no white in that Sip and Stitch box. So I did do the 3865 that Priscilla and Chelsea called for, but the rest of it is the Sip and Stitch colors. And this one, like I said, I did on 16 count black Ada. Like I told you in a couple videos ago, I'm really, 16 count Ada is like my happy place right now. So, got that one. I do want to do two more Thanksgiving-y things. I want to redo this one right here, the Gobble Gobble, and do it in black. And then for my Dobo. And then I also want to do the Primrose Cause Stitches, the little the pillows. I forget what they're called right now, but the pillows. So I want to do those and get those two done for my Dobo, and then I'll feel like I can move on to Christmas. So that's my goal for the rest of the week or so next week. And then also I want to be able to fully complete those. So hopefully when I come back next time, which I hope to make a video before Thanksgiving, have all of these pillows completed and have ready to go. So, because we compromise. I grew up with decorating in early November for my mom's birthday, and my husband grew up decorating like a couple weeks before Christmas. So we compromise with Thanksgiving weekend. So, we're gonna be decorating before we know it. Now I'll go ahead and jump into my whips. These first two are my Whip Go calls for last month. So my Whip Go call is, I try to make it easy on me this year, which sometimes I've done, knock on wood, I've done good all but 1 month. I think last month I didn't actually get 3 days on one. My goal is to work on it for 3 days for 1 hour at least each one. And then if I want to work on more, I can. I'm pretty sure I took a picture of this one where I was. So if I did, I will insert the picture of this. And if not, I'm sorry. But here's the dimensions kit I'm working on. It came with 16 count Ada, like a blue color, and this is what I've got done so far. It's not a lot, honestly. This chart really, really intimidates me, just being full coverage like that, because I've never done anything like that on a big scale. Because I've done a full coverage like ornaments, but nothing like this. So that's what I got done on this one. I want to say mainly I worked on some stuff over in here, and then I started in over here. So there is that. The next one I'll have to insert a picture of too, because I know I have to insert a picture of the chart because I only have my working copy with this one. Sorry, this bag is so loud. It's one of those Amazon bags. This one is Teresa Kogut. It is called In Command. It was my birthday start, I think 2 years ago. And this is a dyed fabric that I've done myself because the call for fabric at the time was I wasn't able to get it. So here is what I got. I want to say this is a 16 count also, and like I said, I dyed it, and I just worked on this one. I barely had the wing done. I know I didn't get a picture of this one because I remember thinking, oh gosh, I forgot to get a picture of that. But here's what I worked on. It's a beautiful chart. I really would like to get it done, but it's just going to be slow and steady. The next one, this was one of my October starts. In October, I tried to start like, I don't know, 10 charts. I got like, I think 7 or 8 of them started. I didn't get everything started, but this is Evening Shades of the Moon. I'll have to insert a picture because I only have my working copy. This is a Blackbird design. I am doing this on 14 count Murky. It is not the call for colors because I just picked colors from my stash. There's only, I think, 3 colors in here, and I'm sorry I have thread hanging down. Did not fully finish that. So here is what I got done so far. And the colors I have are Classic Colorworks Black Coffee, the Queen Bee, I can't think of it. I knew something bee. And then I'm doing Color and Cotton and the colorway Nickel. Sorry. I need to go back and do this because honestly this is not a big chart and I can get it done. I just haven't been working on it because I've been working on all those Thanksgiving ones. Or what I'm calling Thanksgiving. They're not really Thanksgiving. The next one, I'll insert a picture of this too because I only have my working copy. This came from just Cross Stitch magazine. I want to say this is last year, so 2024. It is Holly Geese. And it's by Carol Thornton. Let me see. Sorry, this is all discombobulated. And I have a thread hanging too, so. And here is what I got done so far. Not a lot. I only worked on this one day since then, so I didn't do a lot on this, but I would like to get this one done before Christmas too because I'm all into the geese. And Priscilla and Chelsea, they're doing a geese Christmas, so I will be ordering those charts. They usually have a sale on Black Friday, so I'm going to wait until then to get it. Every dollar counts. This one is Evening, what's it called? Tonight We Ride. I don't know where I was saying Evening Grace. I'm thinking of Blackbird. This is Tonight We Ride by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I'll have to insert a picture because I forgot to bring this chart over here. It's only on my working copy. This one I did get a little bit done since I was here last. Originally for the month of October, I had this my 25 in 5, so basically I worked on it 25 minutes, 5 days a week. And I got the outline of the house started working on. I had originally had more of this tree done, and then I messed up and had to rip it out and fix it. So I don't have as much as I wanted to get done on this one. I think I am going to put this away for the rest of at least the Christmas season and maybe pick it up in the new year. But I just think that's an awesome chart. I really do like it. And I would say it's pretty much full coverage too. I mean, of course it uses the orange in the background, but there's a lot in the stitching on that one. Don't call it full coverage. Just ignore me. This next one is Christmas Rolls, and I need to get my butt in gear and work on this one. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. My chart is all messed up. Ignore that. I need to get these last 2 done. And I need to get it done by Thanksgiving weekend. So I need to work on it. Since I was here last, I did finish the Spread Joy. Let me take this out here because I started on the bottom. So I got Spread Joy. This is done on I think it's a 25 count Vintage Crochet Mocha. So I got that Spread Joy done. So I just need to do the last 2. And here is the full thing that I have done. Let's see. So it's Christmas Rolls, Deck the Halls, Drink Hot Cocoa, Hang Your Stockings, Build a Snowman, and Spread Joy is what I have done so far. And these little sections honestly don't take a lot, so I just need to buckle down and get those done. I can get those done in the next couple weeks if I actually just work on it, so I just need to force myself to do it. I'm going to set that over there so I can put that in there late. And then lastly, I have Twilight Moon, and this is by Tiny Moderous Cross Stitch. I started early in the month on the full moon, and so I decided to work on it for November's full moon, so I worked on that for a couple of hours. I don't know, maybe I'll make this my full moon project. So these are the Call for Colors. It was that floss pack that they put out at Market. And I know that's why it's all messed up, because I have all my needles right there with all the different colors. So I don't have a lot done, but this is what I got done so far. Sorry, there's threads hanging down. This is on a 16 count Mirage by Picture This Plus. So not a lot done on that, but honestly it's not a big chart, so I really could get it done quickly if I had to dedicate some time to it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I had this upside down. I have it sideways. I was like, that looks weird. Here it is. I kept thinking that looked weird. That's what it is. And that is all of my whips. So I'm going to pause this, get this cleaned up, and come back to you with my haul, and then also my stitching plans coming forward. Okay, I am back with my haul. I don't have a ton to show you. It's mainly the Primrose Cottage Stitches release that they just had, and then also my classes from Jingle Ball came in. I am taking 2 classes this year, which are my very first classes. I'm taking the Primrose Cottage Stitches class and Hello from Liz Matthews class. So this is the Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's just a bag. You're going to be stitching on the bag. The pattern is not in here because they sent a digital copy, but it came with a floss and a few different things to stitch on your bag. So I'm not going to stitch this one until we get to the class, because honestly I've never stitched on one of these bags and don't have an idea of how to do it. So this one I will not be doing any pre-stitching for because I want to learn. This one is Hello from Liz Matthews. It came in this little bag here, and there is a pattern in this one that she sent out, both a digital and a printed one. So this is Christmas Snow Globes. And I will be doing some pre-stitching for this one to do some of these and then be able to finish the globe, at least either in class or after the class, basically. But here are these. And I just thought these were so cute. I thought it was such a fun idea. And then her kit came with everything you need to be able to finish like one. And then I did the Primrose Cottage Stitches, like I said, new release. Here are the charts I got. I didn't get all the charts. I just got a couple of them, because I know I'm not going to be able to get everything stitched right now. This is Joy to the World. The Nativity Quaker. And Hark the Herald Angels Sing. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs. Carol the Bells is my absolute favorite, but this is like the second. So I really would like to get some of this worked on. I thought about trying to do this like into some kind of pillow, and I'm not really for sure how I would do that. But here's the back with the other charts that I did not get. And like I said, just because I just knew I wasn't going to have time to get everything stitched. I did go ahead and get the ornament. It's a little heavier than I thought it was. I was originally thinking about making it a bag charm, but that's pretty heavy. I got the floss pack. They always make it look so pretty in the little bag. I got the finishing kit. And I think they called this one Lindy's Religious Christmas Favorites. So you could do all the pillows. Then I got the finishing kit for the Quaker. And then I also did Free Pattern Friday. If you don't want to see what the little special thing that came with it, because the pattern came out on Thursday of this week, and I had ordered this. So the small that came with this one was a Christmas needle minder. But I think everybody should pretty much have their things now that the pattern came out. And then I also got the finishing kit that came with it to be able to, fully finish it. So that's all my haul. Like I said, quite a bit of stuff, but, not terrible. So my stitching plans, I'll go into those before we get going. And then, so my focus for the month, I really would like to concentrate. Originally, I told you last month I want to concentrate on 3 charts, and I got 2 of those done: the Evening Changes the Garden and Silent Night. So now I want to concentrate on Christmas rules and get that done, so I can have that up this year. I want to then start all the Christmas. I am ready to jump into Christmas stitching. I do have Whip Go coming. So I'll try to insert pictures of the charts. I didn't bring them over here. It is All Is Calm with Stitching with the Housewives and Garden Sampler from Hello from Liz Matthews. So those are 2 charts that I have in my WebGo, and I would like to work on those. And then lastly, we are supposed to be getting snow tonight. So I don't know if we are really going to do it, but we'll see. Tomorrow the highs will be 37, and that's going to be freezing because we've been like in the 60s, like the upper 60s and low 70s the last couple of days. So it's really going to be a shock to our system. But they said we're going to get snow. Up to an inch is what they're saying, so we'll see. So last year I did a snow day start. And I thought I would go ahead and jump in and do that again this year because I really did enjoy it. We had a lot of snow last year. And I'm not saying it has to be snow on the ground. I'm just saying snow flurries. It's a snow day. So I'm going to be stitching on that. So I had 2 charts I'm thinking about. I talked to them with my middle kiddo last night, and she helped me pick out a chart, which is going to be Let's Go Ride a Bike by Stitching with the Housewives. And I'm going to be kind with myself. If it's snowing, like flurries or whatever, I can work on it for 5-10 minutes, or I can work on it for several hours, whatever I want to do. So I just would like to get this done by the end of winter and then have that memory associated with it. My other idea was Frosty Tiny Town. I have the frill chart in there, so that's like poking out. And I had thought about this one too, but she was like, I like the other one. So we're going to go with Stitching with the Housewives. Maybe, in the frill fall. Maybe I'll work on this one come, January or something like that. So that is all my stitching plans. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything I've been working on, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Like I said, I plan to be back before Thanksgiving, but if for some reason I'm not, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, time with good food and family, and I'll see you next time. Bye.